It is now time for the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO, and it's brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.
Hi, I'm Mandy Yeomans.
And I'm Raymond Brown with First Southern Bank. As your locally owned community bank, we're here to help our community grow. Our customers are why we are here. You can tell we want your business.
We offer all types of deposit products, personal and business. We have fast, efficient service, and yes, we have online banking too. I'm sure we have an account to fit your needs. Stop by or call us at 912-588-1010 and see how First Southern Bank can help you.
We're FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
When it comes to barbecue, Van's Barbecue in Jesup is the place to be. A small family-owned business located at 1876 on the Savannah Highway. Van's Barbecue has lunch and dinner specials. Stop by or call to make an order. The number to call, 427-3358. Van's Barbecue's new manager is Sarah Van. Van's Barbecue offers potato salad, coleslaw, baked beans, and don't forget their delicious mac and cheese. Also, check out their shrimp plates, the best in town. Yes, when it comes to barbecue, head to Van's Barbecue, locally owned and operated. Stop by and tell them the Big Dog sent you. Once again, the number to order, 427-3358.
Since 1946, Murphy's Builder Supply has been serving the folks of Jesup, Wayne, and surrounding counties with quality products and knowledgeable service. Matter of fact, they feel they sell service first to make sure you get exactly what you need for your home improvement projects. And with each employee at Murphy's being there for 10 years or more, you know you're talking with someone with the experience to help you with building supplies, tools, paint, and all the things you need from a full-service hardware store. The best choice in home improvement is Murphy's Builder Supply, 156 Northeast Broad Street, Jesup.
Are you looking for an insurance company that you can call and talk to a live person? Are you looking for an insurance company where you can walk in and talk to an agent? Are you looking for an insurance company that offers multiple companies so they can try and get you the best rate? If you said yes to any of these, then you need to call or come by O'Quinn and Associates Insurance Financial Services. We offer multiple companies so we can find the best fit for you. Give us a call at 385-1000 or stop by our office at 212 South First Street right here in Jesup.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Jesup Broadcasting, the sports leader in Southeast Georgia.
World famous. The world famous Butch and Bob Show.
World-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. And, Bob, we got State Representative Buddy Deloach already on the phone with us this morning. Take it away, Bob.
Yeah, again, our new representative, Buddy Deloach, on the phone with us. I believe this is his first time on the world-famous Butch and Bob Show. But, Buddy, we appreciate you calling in. And how are things in Atlanta right now?
It is storming right now, but we look forward to an exciting day. As you know, the governor has his State of the State message today. And it's also Wayne County Day at the Capitol, so I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I understand a lot of Wayne counties up there for the day. What time's the governor address the state? Do you know?
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock. And he's expected to promise to give us back a bunch of our money. Is that correct? That's what he's promising.
Give us back some of it, I think, and I think that's the appropriate thing. You simply refund it to the people that paid it in.
Right. Well, the budget's the big thing. You were here at the Exit Issues. You heard Blake say that two items take up the majority of the budget, education and health care, but there's other money to be dispersed. So your thoughts on the overall budget, do you think it'll be something that passes easily, will be debated on, or what do you think?
There will be a lot of conversation. And once it gets to the floor, I don't expect an awful lot of open debate, but a lot of that goes on in the committee meetings. One of the things I look forward to, I think we're going to find a way to get a little bit better compensation for our law enforcement officers all the way across the state. That's been a high priority of the governor also.
All right. Again, if you're just joining us, Buddy Deloach on the phone with us. Again, a lot going on in Atlanta. And like I said, when you hear the Exit Issues breakfast, we asked the question, what's going to take place? You said you got to wait till you get up there to find out. But you've been up there a couple of weeks now. What do you think will be some of the controversial items?
There's a bill moving to protect the Oak Swamp, and it looks like to me that particular bill will not affect the area where the proposed mining is. So that bill is probably going to move along to keep folks from intruding on the swamp or doing anything that would endanger the swamp in the future. There'll be some debate about that. There's a lot of money involved in the mining process. We'll also talk about elections again, and I am not sure we'll do anything this year. I hope we'll study it over the interim. The one thing that one of your former representatives, Bill Werkheiser, is worried about is he wants to know what you're going to call this show.
Yeah, we could have come up with a good nickname. So we just got Buddy Deloach on Wednesdays. Actually, I mean, we got Mondays with Meeks, Tuesdays with Tillery, but just couldn't find anything to rhyme with Deloach or Buddy.
Bill suggested that you call it Wednesdays without Werkheiser.
Oh, that's a good suggestion. I like that. You know, we mentioned when you were here at Eggs and Issues, you know, you're new to our area right now, but you used to be our representative years ago. But right now, tell us what counties you represent in your new district. What portion of Wayne is it?
I represent all of Long, all of McIntosh, a part of Glenn, mostly the northwestern part. I represent a small part of Liberty, and I represent the very northern part of Wayne, the part that joins Long County.
I got you. Well, you mentioned the elections. One thing that's going to be debated on is I see there's a push for people. They want the majority of the Georgians want to see the runoffs done away with. Any possibility that passes, or do you think that'll be too heatedly debated?
I don't think we're going to pass that this year. I think there are an awful lot of options to look at, and there's a way to simplify the entire process. But I would like to see us set up a study committee and invite people, not only Georgians, but others that are experts in elections. And I have some pretty strong ideas myself, having been involved in election law for many years now. So we'll get the process started, but when you make a change that big, it's most likely that it's not going to make its way through the process the first year.
Right. Now, Buddy, you're our state representative now for the northern part of Wayne County. What do you do for your day hours? what kind of profession have you been in other than to being a state representative involved in community and government service?
I've owned an insurance agency in Hinesville for almost 50 years. I came back home and purchased an old agency there. It was established in 1931. I purchased it in 76.
Okay.
And I still own that, so I'm active there.
Okay. A lot of folks may not know a lot about you, so we're just trying to get folks familiar with one of our new state representative, Buddy Deloach, who represents the northern part of Wayne County. So, Buddy, go ahead, Bob.
I was curious. Most representatives are on committees. What committees are you on up there in Atlanta?
I chair the ethics committee, which is new to me, and I've spent a lot of time studying and reading, and it takes a while to get up to speed on the new committee process. Hopefully we won't have a lot of investigative work to do, but it is a very important committee because of the chairs it's had in the past. Some of the most respected people that have served in the legislature have chaired the ethics committee, and the members of that committee are limited to the leadership on both the Republican and the Democratic side. So it's important that the chair get it right. I also serve on insurance. I serve on Veterans Affairs. I serve on natural resources, environment, and I serve on judiciary as a result of I'm an ex officio because of my chairmanship of ethics. And I need to look at my list because it's brand new, but I have a total of 9 committees. One of those I missed was juvenile justice. You can tell that we're all still getting organized, but it's a pretty heavy load. But when I'm in Atlanta, I don't really have anything else to do. I don't spend a lot of time going out at night, so I've
It sounds like you're a busy man.
There's no question.
Yeah, you've been up there a long time. It's kind of new up there. I talked to Stephen on Monday. You know, a lot of new representatives. You get a new House Speaker, a new Lieutenant Governor. So, how's it going up there in Atlanta with all these new people up there?
We're gonna get there. Everybody's feeling their way, but I am incredibly impressed with some of these new members and the talent and the knowledge that they bring to the process. We've really picked up on both sides of the aisle some really bright people. So I think our future is bright as we go through that change.
We mentioned controversial items. Legalized gambling seems to be a hot issue, but I read somewhere where the governor's kind of changing his mind on that. Do you think he'll address that at all in the state address, or you think he'll just totally stay away from that?
I doubt if he talks about that at all. What he's probably going to do is spend a significant amount of time talking about where we have come from, the accomplishments of the last year, and then he'll talk about his goals for this legislative session and encourage us to support those. So I don't expect him to get involved in that. As you know, in the past, he said, I'm not in favor of it, but I don't mind letting people vote on it. And I don't know if he's going to change too dramatically from that stance. But I don't think he'll mention it today. I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, you talked about it, and Stephen, all our local legislators are against it. But I asked Stephen, do you think they'll find a compromise where they just let the voters vote on it eventually, put it on the ballot somewhere?
I think that's what's going to happen some session. I don't know if it'll be this one, but it's a little bit hard to argue against that if you get an issue and you get a significant majority of the people in favor of it. It's hard to keep standing there and saying, I think my opinion is more valuable than yours. That's just not the way our process works.
And we mentioned if it does get legalized, the question is, where's the money going to go? So, we talked about that, the exit issues. Healthcare is always looking for more money. Other items are looking for more money. So, have any idea if it does pass where they'll send the money? Will it go to education, which a lot of people think it will just be an extension of the lottery, or your thoughts on that?
I don't think we're going to tinker with the lottery, in all honesty. I believe if they sell it, they'll do it by saying that the majority of the revenue will go to health care. That's a huge crisis in the state of Georgia now, and particularly with our local rural hospitals. And we're going to have, almost every session, somebody wants to do away with the certificate of need, and there are a lot of people that don't want to. And we argue about that every session. And, of course, we've never taken a vote on doing away with it. The problem with that is if you do away with the certificate of need, people set up a small hospital or clinic. They skim off the top, the cream of those that are insured and can pay and will pay. And then your local hospital is taking all the patients in that can't afford to pay, and they can't stay in business that way. So it's a tough issue.
I understand. Well, again, we appreciate you being here on Wednesdays. Tell Bill that's kind of funny, the new name.
Wednesdays without work. So when do you get with the Wayne County people today?
Pardon?
When do you get with, you said it's Wayne County Day today up there in the Capitol. When do you get with representatives of Wayne County today, buddy?
We'll see them the first time at 2:30 this afternoon. I think Stephen's got that meeting. Stephen Meeks has that arranged, so we'll be together with Stephen and Blake in the leadership from Wayne.
Okay, good. Well, have a good day with us Wayne Countyans up there, buddy.
Great. Thank y'all. I enjoyed this.
Okay, talk to you next week.
Right,
have a good day. All right, that's State Representative Buddy Deloach right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup. As that's his first time here on the show, Bob, since he didn't have anybody to run against him. He really didn't need to go on during the election, so we look forward to talking to him every week. It just seems like a very amiable guy. I haven't met him in person yet, at least not in the last several years, so seems like a really good guy.
I said he used to be our representative years ago.
Yeah,
so I remember
many years
then,
ago.
So.
Yeah. And I was talking to him about how it was up there, and he said that it's storming up there. What they're, if you take a look at that weather front, that cold front that's coming through, it's kind of like the northern parts further east than the southern parts. So they're getting it first, and then Middle Georgia, and then us this afternoon on that cold front's coming through, bringing us windy conditions, thunderstorms, and heavy rain this afternoon, and going into the evening. But by tomorrow, it'll be all gone and sunshine tomorrow. So batten down the hatches today.
Sounds like it's going to be windy.
Yep, going to be windy, according to the National Weather Service. And we've been lucky on these cold fronts that come through, the last 2-3 of them, as the middle part of the state, the north part of the state, has gotten a lot worse than us tucked down here in the southeastern part of the state. As it's gotten weaker, as it's gotten to us, as it has to move across there. And so hopefully today it won't be that bad, because, man, they've had some rough weather with this cold front that's moved through Texas and Louisiana and Alabama, now getting to the western part in the middle part of the state of Georgia this morning. And the northern part, of course, early this morning. So just be careful out there this afternoon especially. We're under a wind advisory from 9 this morning until 7 o'clock this afternoon. And so just be careful out there. You say that you've got, you were talking about a coach coming on the Butch?
Yeah, we got the new bass fishing coach. Jamie Knight's going to join us Friday to talk about the bass fishing.
Fishing.
They had their first tournament last Saturday on Lake Seminole, and a bunch of teams around here have teams. Just curious how it all works and how many kids are there.
To find out how that works, so where they fish, what kind of bait they use, how do you score it.
He's very enthusiastic. It's a lot of fun. So, but
all right.
And he's got. Just wanted to come in and talk about it. Like I said, it's something new GHSA's done. Wayne County decided to put a team together this year, and it's the first time Wayne County's had a bass fishing team competing in high school athletics. So looking forward to him coming in and talking all about it and where they get the boats from, how many kids are involved.
Yeah, I guess they fish in the boat.
Yeah. Two of the kids caught the biggest fish. I mean, they didn't qualify for the next round, but they had the two of the kids caught the biggest fish in the entire tournament. So,
all right.
So,
man,
just curious how it works, like how they score.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking forward to talking to him on Friday. Yeah. The coach's name once again is
Jamie Knight.
Jamie Knight. Now, we do have a brand new track out there, and I assume they're going to have some track meets out there. Can we get the track coach in?
If I can find who the track coach is. I don't know who the track coach is.
You don't know who the track coach is? We need to get, because I'd like to know, are we going to have meets here? I'd like to be able to go.
They got the invitational. They got the Helen Willis Fluker Invitational set for February 25th. That's the first
we
track
do have
meet.
the very first, February 25th.
I got the track schedule yesterday. February 25th is the.
So you got, okay, good. So February 25th will be the christening of the new track here in Wayne County.
It's called the Helen Willis Fluker Invitational. They're still trying to get the plaque. Everything's set up, but they're working on that.
Okay, well, it would look great to be able to get the track coach in here to talk about this year's track team, who the runners are, boys and girls, and his thoughts on feelings on the upcoming season. Does the one track coach, do they coach the boys and the girls, I assume?
I don't have the list of the coaches.
Okay, all right. Well, we need to have the track coach on, so to talk about, because we hadn't had a track in years, and now we got the state-of-the-art facility out there, and it'd be good to have the track coach on to talk about not only the facility, but also to give some recognition to this year's track team and the boys and girls that's going to be on that, representing Wayne County High School and these meets coming up here this year.
They still got some work, because after that rain, they got little puddles at the couple spots.
Do they? Okay. And when this flat southeast Georgia area here, I had some mini ponds in my yard after the last rain. They could have gone bass fishing in my yard in some spots.
Got a lot of rain on Sunday, so pretty bad.
And they still haven't dried up yet. There's still a major one right there in the front yard there. And the other ones have kind of soaked down a little bit. All right, so I didn't realize the fact that it's been 10 years now since the Wayne County band has got new uniforms. That's a long time for 10 different seasons there, or 10 different years for them to be able to wear those uniforms. So they're trying to get new uniforms, right? Mm-hmm. There in the band department?
That was the request yesterday, like I said. They say the lifespan of a band uniform is like 7-8 years at the most, so
So we're down to Freds now, right? Having to sew them together every single year.
Just know they're expensive, that's for sure.
And they're going out there. They're going to go out there in the band uniforms without pants. As you say that?
No, the students are going to buy the pants.
Oh, the students are going to buy the pants. Yeah. So if you want to be in the band, if you want pants, you got to buy them yourself. Huh? I guess so. They just be basic black.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure. What kind of material would they be? The material would have to match up with the top and everything.
The students will be responsible for buying the pants.
All right, so the students will buy their own pants, and then, of course, the tops, the jackets, whatever they look like, will be purchased by the school system if the school superintendent can find the budget and put it in there and get them ordered.
If they find the funding.
Got to find that funding, okay? They need about... I guess they're going to need about $46,000 of what you said there. $20,000 something's going to be donated by or $26,000 is going to be donated by the band boosters, and then around $40,000 to $45,000 by the school system if they can find it. But 10 years, we've gotten our money's worth out of that last batch we got back 10 years ago in 2013.
Well, the good news is the numbers are back up. I said that Hershey's have done a good job with the band, got more and more kids involved. So a lot of people don't understand. Like I said, they also mentioned last night, each band student has to pay $100 to be in a band. It's kind of like these sporting teams. If you want to be part of the team, you got to pay money to be part of the teams. I mean, that's how you fund it these days. So it's just the way life goes. If you want to participate in these extracurricular activities, you got to have funding from the athletes and the participants in the band. So each band member pays $100 to be part of the band.
Okay.
So, and they get the
band,
band boosters. They raise a lot of money. So I said, but it's expensive. That's something that's needed. I said, they don't last forever. It's like anything.
Well, 10 years. I mean, that's how many of us wear clothes that's 10 years old, especially when you've got more by different people every single year, It's amazing to me they're able to size it up like that every single year. But hopefully they can come up with the funds, and the Wayne County High School band that can get uniforms. I guess the band directors are looking at what kind of styles they want. You have more traditional looking styles, you got more modern looking styles. They change over a period of time. There's a big difference from our last ones we got 10 years ago to the ones that were before that. And so it'll be interesting to see what these look like. But it's good that the numbers are back up in the band. Just having an exciting band program makes a big difference at the sporting events, especially the football games. And then you got the competition during the course of the year. It means a lot to the students and to the high school.
Jay Boshaw, very appreciative of the band. They complimented the band all year long. In fact, he was the guest speaker at the band banquet. So.
Oh, he was? Cool. All right. That band adds a lot to it, those ball games.
He mentioned it when he's on the show. You thought the noise of the band really helped in several games.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Makes a difference.
Well, the band playing there, they have to stop, of course, supposed to stop when the play gets ready to be called, but then you can cheer as loud as you want. So if you've got the band members there in full force cheering, that adds a lot to the vocal noise that's made by the fans from Wayne County. And then, of course, it brings in the parents. I mean, look at all those parents sitting close to the band when they're playing. There's a bunch of them up there.
Sells a lot of tickets, that's for sure.
Yeah, I've been there, done that, so I know what that is. Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see if they're able to come up with those funds and band uniforms can be ordered. Hopefully for next year sometime, because I think it takes about 8 months from the time that you order them, the time they come in, that kind of stuff.
He was there yesterday because the timing's important. I said it takes a while for to get in, so order them. So hopefully they'll find the funding.
Yeah, it's always about the money, honey.
Always.
All right. So on Friday, you're going to have your picks for this weekend on the football games?
Yeah. These are two tough games.
They are, aren't they?
Very tough games.
Cincinnati has had Kansas City's number.
I just heard today Kansas City's an underdog at home, but I'm sure that has to do with Mahomes'
ankle. It does. It has to do with...
That's the thing that worries me about Kansas City, is Mahomes going to be 100%? I said, watching all these quarterbacks of years gone by that had played the position and have had high ankle sprains, and Phil Simms, Boomer Esiason, and the list goes on. Every one of them saying that they don't think Mahomes is going to be anywhere near 100%. I'm sure he's going to give it a try, but they say Henny is going to be ready to go in case he can't play. But that'd be a big blow to Kansas City if Patrick Mahomes can't play full game, but one hit on that ankle, you just don't know what's going to take place. So.
Well, that's what we were talking about on our sister station yesterday, Fox Sports 1370 AM, the Buzz WLOP, was the fact that if he is out there playing the defense, the best thing to do is to try to get and do whatever you can to get him to start running around. Because, one of the guys that were being interviewed yesterday was a former quarterback, and he says your mind is on that ankle if you've got a sprain. I mean, no matter how much you try to block it out of your mind is on it. And so it'll be interesting to see, the line goes according to what kind of news comes out of Kansas City, how his ankle is. If they're saying his ankle's great, Kansas City's winning by 2 or 3 points. If it's the other way, if his ankle's not sounding good, then Cincinnati is up 3 or 4 points.
Well, even with the healthy Mahomes, we've seen this movie before. Joe Burrow has beaten Kansas City the last 3 times they played him. So, and I'm telling you, he's just on fire right now.
He is. Could be Cincinnati back to the Super Bowl.
Very talented collegiate quarterback. Won a national championship with LSU. Now he's rolling in the pros. He's only been there 3 years, and he could go to his second Super Bowl in 3 years. So he's definitely. They're talking about how important this game is to both quarterbacks' legacy, Mahomes and Burrow. So if Burrow wins this,
young. What I mean, his legacy. I mean, he's still wet behind the ears.
Yeah.
Both of them.
It's about winning Super Bowls.
Yeah,
that's how you get to the Hall of Fame and things like that. So,
and I think on the other game, Philadelphia and San Fran, you think that's because Philadelphia's got a healthy Jalen Hurts that they're going to maybe just be a little bit better.
Well, they got home field advantage, but the question is, San Francisco is still playing Mr. Irrelevant, so he's done well. But as every game, the pressure is really mounting on him.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of pressure on Mr. Purdy, but he's played well. But the good thing about San Francisco, they got a good defense.
Well, both of them have good defenses. So what's the difference there? Is it the healthy, more experienced quarterback, or
just Jalen Hurts is playing well? I said home field advantage is the difference in that game now. But San Francisco, don't count them out because, like I said, their defense is, to me, the best defense in the NFL. So they're averaging about 12 points a game, giving up. So they're pretty strong. So.
Well, Bob,
but 2 tough games. I have not decided who I'm picking yet. I'll decide
you'll work
tomorrow.
on it. Well, you still got a couple of days here.
Still listening to all those talking heads and listening to all these shows and listening to the so-called experts. They're too tough picks.
I know. It's hard to pick in that game. Like you said, it could come down to the home field advantage and the fact that Philadelphia's got a more experienced quarterback. We'll see.
Either way, it should be a good Super Bowl. Either whatever matchup we get should be a good game.
Yeah.
But I just hope Mahomes is somewhat healthy. But like I said, if he can't go like he normally goes, they're definitely going to be in a tough spot because part of his quarterbacking is running around and making plays. If you can't run around on that ankle, I don't know what he's going to be able to do. So
I just put some shots into it and let him go.
I don't know.
Shoot me up, traitor.
I'll say what really caused me. I said I got a friend he hurt his ankle at the Peach Bowl, and he's still hopping around. So
I know it takes a long time.
I know how an ankle sprain can be. I tell people all the time. Sometimes the sprain's worse than the break, but because it takes forever to heal up. But
well, Bob, we got 2 names texted into us, different names for our track coach for Wayne County High School. Somebody texted in and said the track coach is Charles Cal Lyons, and someone else texted in and said the track coach is Preston Kunda. So 2 different people, 2 different names, and who the track coach is at Wayne County High School. Is it Mr. Lyons or is it Mr. Kunda?
Mr. Kunda is the cross-country coach.
So he's the cross-country coach.
Yeah.
So then perhaps maybe it's Cal Lyons in.
But I'll just text Coach McDonald. He'll be able to tell me. He's the athletic director. So
all right.
I said I got the schedule yesterday, though.
That's great that we're going to have a big invitational to christening for the brand new track there coming up in February.
February 25th.
Okay. All right, Bob. Anything else this morning?
Hope Todd Monken stays at Georgia. It looks like he's headed to the NFL.
Well, I'm sure they can pay him a lot more.
I'm sure they can, but he's been there before. So
yeah. Well,
I wonder if he goes to Tampa Bay, that Tom Brady comes back to Tampa Bay. That's what's going to be interesting, too.
I don't know. We'll see. All right, Bob, have a good day. All right, the world-famous Butch and Bob Show right here on WIFO 105.5 FM in Jesup has been brought to you by First Southern Bank, Van's Barbecue, Murphy Builder Supply, and O'Quinn and Associates.